So, I don't know, sometimes I get excited, I just sing and talk. I guess it's an Oprah thing, I didn't even realize that. Someone told me the other day, like, why do all Americans sing talk like Oprah? I don't know, just do. Anyway, so I've been really excited about this because I am diehard fan of Fractured Face. Diehard fan of Fractured Face. And I love Pack Rivals too.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind, I'm just going to go kind of fangirl, gaga, for a minute, and then we'll start asking you questions.
Okay, brilliant. Sounds
okay.
good.
So, Pack Rivals is an Omegaverse.
Yeah, sweet Omegaverse.
It's a sweet Omegaverse. Now, you don't know this about me because we haven't actually talked that much. We're just starting to get to know each other. And Hannah is going to be featured in the group and do a giveaway. Actually, you are featured currently.
Yeah.
Forgive me, man. Moving parts, lots of them. So she's already featured. I actually have several posts pinned about you and announcements. And I've already done live talking about your books. And she's doing a giveaway in the group. She's doing 5 signed.
Yeah, and 5 ebooks.
And 5 ebooks of either of these two.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's because I asked her to because I love them both. So Pack Rivals is an Omegaverse.
Yeah.
And I actually wasn't an Omegaverse fan. Your book is the one that converted me.
Right.
Yeah. Because I just wasn't a huge fan of all the element, I'm just gonna say it, the slick and the knots and all that kind of stuff. I just, that wasn't my jam. But this is done in such a way, it's just fantastic. I just really love it. And I love the concept. So if you want to take a second and talk to us a little bit about Pack Rivals and what it's about.
Okay, so in Pack Rivals we have B, who's like escaping her hometown after a heartbreak, and she discovers very early on that she's actually an Omega, and there are 2 rival packs in the city that she moves to, who are like the main packs in the city. They're really well known, and all the Omegas want them, but they are both after B, and there's they already have an existing rivalry, which things get even more intense because they're after the same woman.
Yes, it's great. It's so clever actually to have 2 different packs.
Yeah.
And for them to be fighting over her.
Yeah.
And all that rivalry. Obviously that's why it's called
Pack Rivals. Yeah.
But I was page turning because of just all that drama. Because when you're reading it, because it's a why choose, right? It's an Omegaverse why choose. Do they even say that? When you talk about Omegaverses, do they reference them as why chooses, just like anything else?
They talk about being a pack, so the guys all together and they want to find a woman for themselves,
Yeah, so I don't even know, do we even use that terminology for it? Because Omegaverses, it's implied, right? It's implied that that's a pack.
You can get MF Omegaverse, so I've written some of that.
Okay, so it is a why choose.
Yeah.
Why choose Omegaverse? So the nice thing about that is knowing with the Pack Rivals that obviously somehow she's going to end up with all of them, right? Obviously. And so it's nice to go through that process knowing that we're going to get there.
Yeah.
And how do we get
there? How are we
there?
going to do it? Yeah.
It's really, really great. And I also like that she has a lot of spine.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, because a lot of times I think with Omegaverses, one of the reasons why I wasn't as big of a fan is that the FMC they lose the spine. They just it's like there's a strong character, the guys get involved, and it's, I'm going to have a heat, and I'm just going to get it on. And they're that gumption is gone.
Yeah.
They just but you didn't do that. You kept her really true to herself.
And she, they mess up at certain points, and she makes them wobble. Yeah. She makes them work for it.
Yeah, exactly. So how did you get the idea to write it?
I think I literally came up with the title of it, the idea of 2 packs. And like you said, I was like, oh well, I have to write that now. I've come up with the idea of these 2 packs.
That's right.
And I say,
and have you always, is Omegaverse when you typically started writing? Or, okay.
Yeah.
So for me to say, I want to do it, you're like, why am I sitting here with it? Because it's that good. You got me into it, and now I try Omegaverses all the time because of Pack Rivals.
Yeah.
And honestly, the cover is what pulled me in.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a gorgeous one. Yeah. It's absolutely.
As you can see, I quite like pink.
You do like pink.
You look great in it.
I've got it in our logo, up there all over the place. I like fuchsia. So I just love that. But so what I think is really interesting about both of these books is that they're so different from one another. I often say, because I recommend your stuff a lot, I often say it's a lot like Raven Kennedy. Raven Kennedy has her Cupidity series, which is a white choose, and then she's got Plated Prisoner, which is an MF.
Yeah.
But they're entirely different from one another. You would never know the same author wrote those 2 series, and it's the same thing with you. You would never know that the same person wrote both of these books because they're so entirely different from one another.
I think that's a good thing.
It's fantastic. Because it means that it's fantastic because I have a group of 35,000 people, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody loves an egg rolls.
Yeah.
Not everybody loves an enemies to lovers. Some people want something sweet with the cinnamon rolls, right, to protect them. And some people want this, right? So it's just entirely different. But so it's like you've got something for everyone.
And I like it all, so I like to write it.
That's what I say. So what made you? Because you can even tell by the covers that these are entirely different books. So what made you kind of veer off from a bagel roast to like this?
I think because I'd written a lot of sweet, because I write sweet bagel roasts.
You do.
So they all,
cinnamon rolls.
Yes, exactly. So although there is some rivalry and they do mess up, ultimately they really cherish her and want her and they're lovely to her. And I just needed to write something a bit different. So a bit meaner.
Yeah, and they are.
Ruthless. Yeah,
they are.
And that was really fun after doing all the sweet stuff.
Yeah.
But then when I've written too much of that, I need to come back to this and do the sweet again.
Well, it's kind of like how we read, like it's mirror reading, right?
Yeah,
Same thing. You read and then you're just like, okay, this is great, but I'm ready to try something else. And then you're liking the other thing better because you're now in the mood for it.
Yeah, exactly. You're really enthusiastic about it again. Yeah,
exactly.
How it is in the writing.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we have to talk about. I love Fractured Fates. I love Pack Rivals too. Don't get me wrong. I really love Fractured Fates, but this is my jam. The enemies to lovers, the wide choose. It's so good. You've got a pig in it. You've got a pig as the side character. A pig. It is so great. You've read Fractured Fates.
I have.
And you loved it.
I loved every bit of it.
I love it. Yeah. It's very cute.
It's so good. So talk to us about Fractured Fates.
So Fractured Fates, we have Rihanna, who lives in a world where magicals have to be registered and go to an academy to be trained. And she has been on the run and hidden away for all her life. And we meet her when her aunt, who's been a protectress, has died. And the authorities enforce the man in black who's just caught up with her.
The man in black, I love that. This is mysterious.
Yeah, you see, I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
And so he then takes her off to the academy where she's not treated very well because she's an unregistered and that isn't done in this world. And starts to meet other men who she has this strange feeling for and she doesn't know what that means. They're obviously being very ruthless and mean to her and then we begin to understand what that means as we go on. It's fated. So we, as the readers,
we know they're fated.
Yeah.
So we know that it's going to happen, but it's just
she doesn't realise that, especially in first book. Yeah.
And the guys are starting, like, what's really interesting about it is they kind of know, but they don't know.
They know, but they kind of like they're trying to resist it as well.
They're trying to resist it, right? Because she doesn't check all the boxes, right? She's not that ideal candidate for them.
Yeah.
Because she's unregistered. And in their world, that's not a good thing.
She hasn't been educated in magic, and she's got a pet pig, which is so weird.
It's so great. I love it. It was fantastic. I really do. I really enjoy that. Oh, sure. Yes, you can. It's Holly. Okay. We've been having someone kind of stand out front as people come up, right? Because they come up to the table and they don't understand the answer. So sorry. So hi, take a little more. Anyways, but yeah, no, the pig is great. I love the pig. I loved. It's got the professor student trope.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, no, I love that too. I love all the tropes. I stuck as many of them in as I can. Yeah, so student professor I love, and then we've got the mysterious man in black. We've got the kind of jock guy. We've got the kind of prince who, the really super hot guy. And then we've also got a fifth guy who comes in quite late.
Oh my gosh! I was thinking this. So when he was first introduced, he's a bit he's psycho.
Yeah, he's an assassin.
He's an assassin, but he's a bit crazy off, right? But in a good way.
Yeah.
I was hoping and praying. And you just confirmed it that he was number 5. Did you think he was number 5? Yeah, you did. You knew it. I was hoping. So I'm so excited. Yeah. And so the other thing that blew my mind is I actually think Twisted Fates is just as good as Fractured Fates.
And I'm hoping you'll find that the third one is fun.
I'm rooting for it. It's just like a lot of times that I was talking about this a little bit earlier with Gemma Weir during her interview. A lot of times, it's just there's magic in book 1, and it's very hard to replicate that book 2. Not that there's tons of series that are great, big series, but sometimes you just love the OG. And then you read, as you read. Yeah. And I thought Twisted Fates was just as good as Fractured Fates. Up on it. It's on everyone.
Yeah. Well, I really hope you like number 3 as
well. I'm
the
sure.
readers who've read it so far, the beta readers, are very excited about it. So I think,
That's good. Now the other thing, and I know, I wish you and I had talked about this off camera, but I'm just going to do it. I keep saying this because I think it's, right now there's all this buzz about the Black and Blade by Isla Devon. I don't know Isla Devon. I'm not even giving the name of the book. Okay, I've read it. It's great. There's all this buzz about that, and I think she's skyrocketed on the bestsellers list. And people go on my group all the time and they say, I'm looking for something because I'm in such a book slump. Yeah. And I'm the first to pipe on there. It's Fracture Fates. This is the vibe. They're different stories, obviously. They're not exactly the same in any way whatsoever, right? That would be an insult to both authors. They're both beautiful in their own way. But this is the vibe. And I really think it should be doing, like, it's doing well, but I think it should be skyrocketing. That's how strongly I feel about this book.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And hopefully it does, and hopefully this helps. So try Fracture Fates if you like enemies to lovers, right? Fated Mates, right? You like the student professor thing, right?
The slightly psycho one.
The slightly psycho one that comes on. You like a white shoes.
Yeah, and also her friendship, I think, with Winnie a lot of the
I
readers
love
really
that.
like her best friend.
The best friend, yeah.
I really like writing that dynamic.
Yeah.
I like the way they tease each other.
Yeah, and you like an FMC that comes kind of from a rough place, right? And she's trying to
stand so ground.
And she stays strong.
Yeah, she does. She's got a lot of resilience.
Yeah.
Really. She fights for what she wants to please. But also I think she's got a time to her as well, which you see with her.
Right, yes, exactly. So like I said, I love it. I absolutely love it. I was so tickled pink that you wanted to come, that you would do this with me to talk about it, and that you're going to be, well, you are featured in the group. Lord.
We've got Miss Camp today as well, haven't you?
I did! That's right. I actually reached out to her and I said, because obviously you can tell by the accent, she's from England. And so when I put that together, I thought, oh, I really wanted to come to FFB and I want to interview her.
Oh, I'm so glad. It's so much fun here today.
Isn't
really
it great?
It, yeah.
Are you going tonight to the ball?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, so I actually have some questions from your fans, so let's do it.
I saw one of them. I got like a marriage proposal on one of those questions.
Did you really?
Did you not see that one?
No, I haven't. No. So luckily, I have someone actually symbol all this for me.
Oh, right, okay.
Because there's been so much going on with all this, so I actually haven't read them. So this is a cold reading right now. I've got no idea what I'm reading. So I guess in a minute you're going to get proposed to.
Well, if it got through, I don't know. Maybe. I am already married, so.
Okay. Well then that would be no to the proposal, right? Okay, so from the big group, right? My big group, Sandy. Oh, that's you.
That's me.
Sandy asks, how did you choose your character names?
Oh, that is a really good question.
That is a great question.
So Rihanna, my dad is a huge Fleetwood Mac fan. And
I was wondering that. Oh my God. I'm a big Fleetwood fan.
So we used to listen to it all the time in the car, and obviously Stevie Nicks has a song about Witch. Yeah, so I knew that if I was ever going to write about Witch, I was going to have to know. And I love that song as well. So
Me too. Oh my God.
And then her best friend Winnie, I don't know if you have this book in the States, like a kid's book called Winnie the Witch. It's really funny. Winnie the Witch.
It's
Winnie the Witch is a kid's book, and then she's got a black cat, and she gets up to all sorts. And so again, I was thinking, if I do another witch, let's call Winnie. So the guys, I don't know how I came up with the guys' names actually. Although Phoenix Stone, that just came to me, and I really like that.
I like it.
Yeah, I just thought that's a really good character name.
I love Fracture Fates so much. I love how the guys are the man in black and then Stone, right? Like they're buddies.
Yeah.
And you don't really understand the dynamics of the relationship, but you're like a part of the scenes.
Yeah.
So they're talking and they're mentioning her. Oh, it's so good. And they're trying to resist her. It's just, I really love it.
I do like a man.
I really love it.
So I'm a huge Jane Austen fan, especially Pride and Prejudice. So I always have little Easter eggs of Jane Austen all the way through my books. But I always like that dynamic, a bit like Mr. Darcy. I'm mad in love with her, but I have my reasons that I can't. I just love that dynamic. I'm trying to I'm going to have to just come because she's so wonderful.
So I've read the book several times, Pride and Prejudice. I'm also a big fan of any movie.
Yeah, me too.
I just watch it. I just love the story so much.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I was just watching. I watched the BBC one, the 6 TV shows with Colin Firth.
Yeah.
I just watched that last weekend.
Oh, did you? Yeah, we watched it with my daughter for the first time. She's like 13. Yeah.
This is like my 5th time watching it. I love it.
Oh no, we watched it.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Especially Firth.
Yeah.
He's the best Mr. Darcy.
Yeah, he is.
He's so good. So,
and he does the like dark, mysterious, broody one. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. That's so cool. I love that you like Pride and Prejudice. Is so awesome. I mean, a lot of people do, but it's just.
Yeah.
I never. If you had asked me that we would be talking about Pride and Prejudice, I would never have thought it. Okay, all right. So then we have from Sarah Robinson in the big group. What's your process when starting a new book or series?
Well, that's a good question. So I am a discovery writer. So I often I have the first few scenes and they like concept and the idea. Often I know where I'm going to, like how I want it to end. But it's not until I'm writing that I fill in the blanks. Particularly with the characters, like I get to know the characters more and more as I write. So often I'll have to go back and revise it because I realise as I get to know the characters something that I wrote at the beginning that actually exists. So yeah, the more I get to know the character, the more I know the story. I'm not one of these that can sit down and go, this character is going to do blah blah blah. It's not until I'm writing for them really and I understand them that I can really write the story.
That makes a lot of sense. So you really you learn as you're writing your POV, you learn who they are.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of sync with it.
Yeah. They always like tell me their story.
It's not weird. It's not weird. And I actually started writing, and the same thing. I experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my process too. So that's really not to go there, but anyways, it just I understand. That's pretty cool. All right. Okay. So then we've got Brandy Lee said. Okay, she's got a lot. So let me see. Shattered Stars comes out on April 4th. I think it's the 3rd book of the trilogy. I'd like to know, how are you feeling about this book series coming to an end? Or is it really the end? Will there be any connecting series? Or can you tell us a little more about it? I'll just leave it at that for that question.
Okay, so there isn't the end. There are 5 books altogether. The 4th is going to come out in July and the 5th in October. So I'm trying to do them every 3 months, have a nice like cadence to them, not keep people waiting too long. Although this stretch from Twisted Ties to Shattered Stars has felt really long. I've had a lot of people going, "When's it coming? When's it coming?" So yeah, it's going to be 5, and it will be the end. They're going to get there.
Well, you're an HGA person anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's right. I am too. You know, it's just fun to see all the strife to get there.
Yeah, we got a few more bits.
Oh, I love this too. This is a feel good, blanket the couch, drinking a tea and then a coffee, and you know, patio, which is nice and all. This is fun, and then this gets your emotions going. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like you're gonna guys at some point, and then you're gonna love them at other points, and you're gonna be really on Rihanna.
Would you consider it a bully romance or enemies to lovers?
A bit of both, probably.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Okay. All right. Then we've got from the FFB24 group, Tompkinson. She had a question earlier for Gemma. I can't say her last name. If you could be best friends with any of your characters from your books, who would it be and why?
That is another good question. Yeah. So there's a follow-up to Peckham Pack Choice, which is the little sister of the Packs in this book, and she's like Molly, and she is a lot of fun. I really like Molly. She's got really good sense of humour, and I just think so for me, if you can make me laugh, then I will fall in love with you and be your best friend. So Molly, I think, would make me laugh a lot. Yeah, also Winnie and Fractured Plates makes me laugh.
Oh, Winnie, yeah, for sure.
She's got a very smutty sense of humour that starts to come out in Twisted Ties. So yeah, I think I'd have a lot of fun with her.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like writing the best friend.
Yes. Okay, and then from your group, we have from Crystal Flanagan. She writes, so ask her when she's gonna marry me. Oh, this is the one. So ask her when she's gonna marry me so I have her wonderful brain and hooks on tap. Lots of emojis. She can keep her other partners and I will ply her with snacks, meals, and snuggle blankets. I also have pups and cats she can cuddle. I'm so jelly right now. I think she's just a big fan.
Yeah, so I need to read that to my husband, right, and say, look,
Yes, she's willing to share.
where are my snacks? They're cuddly
That's probably the
creatures.
better answer. Woo, moving on. All right, so to get you back to your signings, because you are signing, so thanks for taking time to come out and talk with us. Do you have anything that you want to tell your readers? Anything like the scoop on anything going on? Any new releases? Anything on your series? Just, you heard it first, or just anything?
Okay, so Shattered Stars is coming out on the 4th of April, and I think the ending is going to get people very, very excited. That's definitely been the reaction from the readers who've had a early taste of it. So I'm very excited to see what people are going to think of that. There will be Renzo coming, and I know he's a huge favourite. He's the second one. And then I am busy finishing off part 2 of Peckham, which is in this series, which is we woke up married and accidentally married and bonded in Las Vegas. So I love all the tropes. I write them all the time. But yeah.
I love it.
So I'm pushing that one on.
And you are a good writer as well.
Thank you.
Not just good stories, but good writer. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you
And
very
we're
much
going to be
for having
doing,
me.
we're going to be doing a stream. I keep saying StreamYard. I don't do StreamYard anymore. It's called Restream. But we're going to be doing a live in the group this month. We already have it scheduled.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
Do you know what the date is?
And I'm in that.
And you're in that.
I am in that with you, so I'm very
Amy.
excited.
Amy,
Amy, yes, me, Amy.
Remember the day for it?
What's that?
Do you know when it is? It's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday. Remember that? Wednesday the 20th something.
I don't think it's this coming Wednesday because that would be too soon.
I think
oh, maybe it is this coming. No, it's not.
I think it's the last Wednesday.
I think it's Wednesday the 27th.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's Wednesday the 27th. And so we'll do Dawn will do a graphic for it and we'll put it in the announcements of the group.
Okay, brilliant.
I'll do social media, I'll do TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff to let everyone know what we're doing.
Okay, great. Thank
That's
you
it.
so much.
Well, thank you too. All right, so what we're going to do, just 1 second, what we're going to do is at 3 o'clock, we're going to see Jodi. So come back at 3 for Jodi. And then we're going to go ahead and sign up for now so we can charge battery.
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
thanks.